Martín adjusted the cuffs of his tailored suit as he stood in the grand marble lobby of the five-star hotel. Crystal chandeliers illuminated the polished floors while guests in elegant attire arrived for the exclusive anniversary gala. Every detail had to be perfect, because tonight would determine whether several international investors signed contracts worth millions. As general manager, he carried the weight of the event on his shoulders. Security personnel waited for his instructions near the entrance when an ordinary-looking woman approached the revolving doors. She wore a simple beige coat, comfortable shoes, and carried an old leather handbag. Her hair was tied back casually, making her look nothing like the wealthy guests arriving in luxury cars. Martín frowned the moment he recognized her. It was Clara, his wife. Embarrassed by her modest appearance, he quickly walked toward the security team before she could step inside. "Do not let that woman enter," he whispered firmly. "She isn't on the guest list, and I don't want any distractions tonight." The guards immediately blocked Clara's path. She looked at Martín with quiet disappointment instead of anger. "I just wanted to come inside," she said softly. Martín avoided her eyes. "This event is for important people. Please don't make a scene." Without another word, Clara stepped back from the entrance. She didn't argue, didn't cry, and didn't reveal why she had really come. Inside, the celebration continued with champagne flowing and live music echoing through the ballroom. Martín felt relieved, believing he had prevented an embarrassing situation. His colleagues praised the flawless organization, while influential business leaders complimented the hotel's elegance. Half an hour later, however, the atmosphere suddenly shifted. A convoy of black luxury vehicles stopped outside. Several executives in dark suits entered, alongside legal advisors and members of the board. The chairman himself appeared unexpectedly, something that had never happened before. Confused whispers spread throughout the room. Martín hurried forward to greet them, assuming this was an unannounced inspection. Instead of shaking his hand, the chairman asked calmly, "Has Mrs. Clara Alvarez arrived yet?" Martín froze. "Mrs. Clara Alvarez?" The chairman nodded. "Yes. The owner of this hotel requested to attend tonight's event personally." The color drained from Martín's face. "There must be some mistake," he muttered. "My wife is named Clara Alvarez." The chairman looked surprised. "Then you should know she inherited the entire hotel group from her late grandfather 2 years ago. She chose not to interfere with daily operations because she wanted to observe how people treated others when they believed she held no power." Panic rushed through Martín's body. He remembered every cold word he had spoken only minutes earlier. Without waiting another second, he ran toward the entrance. Clara was still sitting quietly on a nearby bench beneath the hotel's golden sign, watching the city lights reflect across the wet pavement after a brief summer rain. She looked peaceful, almost as though she had expected everything that was happening. Martín approached breathlessly. "Clara, please. I didn't know." She looked up at him with calm eyes. "No," she answered gently. "You didn't know the hotel belonged to me, but you did know I was your wife." Her words struck harder than any accusation could have. He tried to explain the pressure of the event, the investors, his responsibilities, but every excuse sounded smaller than the silence between them. Clara slowly stood. "Do you remember when we first met?" she asked. "You said the greatest measure of a person was how they treated someone who had nothing to offer them." Martín lowered his head. Somewhere along the road to success, he had forgotten his own belief. Together they returned to the hotel entrance. This time, every employee stood respectfully as Clara walked through the doors. The chairman welcomed her warmly, while guests realized they were witnessing something far more important than a business celebration. Clara thanked the staff who had always treated everyone kindly, regardless of appearance. Then she addressed the room. "Luxury is not found in marble floors or expensive chandeliers," she said. "It is found in respect. A hotel becomes extraordinary only when every guest, every employee, and every stranger is welcomed with dignity." The ballroom erupted into applause. Martín remained silent behind her, overwhelmed by shame. Later that evening, he submitted his resignation, believing he no longer deserved the position. Clara quietly tore the letter in half. "I'm not interested in punishing you," she said. "I'm interested in seeing whether people can truly change." Months later, The hotel became known not only for its elegance, but for its exceptional kindness. Every employee, from managers to doormen, was trained to welcome every person with the same warmth, whether they arrived in a limousine or on foot. And whenever new staff asked why respect mattered so much, Martin would simply smile and answer, "Because you never know who owns the hotel, but you should always treat everyone as if they own your respect."